So welcome everybody, my name is Nicholas, and today I would like to share with you my interpretation of who will win the American elections of 2020. In fact, today is the day before the election day. Today is this November 2nd, and yes, let's jump into it. So, the election day here in the chart given for November 3rd, we see that there is a triple conjunction of Jupiter, Pluto, and Saturn, which are really heavy planets, and they play a role in what's happening in the world right now, actually. So, and we see, let's start with Trump, since he's the one in office right now. Actually, this triple conjunction in Capricorn is happening in his fifth house, and we already saw some abuse of power from him, because the fifth house is power as well. Since last in the beginning of 2019 with the impeachment, and we saw that he was abusing too much power. So that was a sign, a starting sign of this triple conjunction happening here. So, and this will oppose actually at, let's see, for example, at 22 degrees Pluto here is opposing is Saturn at 23 degrees Cancer. So it's not a good sign. So I don't see him winning anything. Actually, I see on the opposite, he losing something, because Saturn also is here, transiting here, opposing his Saturn and his Venus. So he's gonna lose something, because planet Saturn is about restrictions, is about losses. So apparently, maybe you could lose this competition, let's say. So this is the first sign that he won't be there's no astrological sign of him winning, let's say, the elections. So this is the first sign, and this, when, for example, Saturn was here in the fifth house for him, was transiting his fifth house, opposing these planets. He went into bankruptcy. He lost. He got divorced. So probably the same will repeat itself with the elections. Another sign that's very interesting is that the North Node tomorrow, so election day, will be at 20 degrees Gemini. And actually, he has the North Node at 20 degrees Gemini. So it's very, it speaks for itself. I would put it like that. The North Node represents destiny, fate, what the soul is here to do. And there is something here, something that is needed to be done, that is focusing right now, is working behind the scenes probably. So this is to take into consideration as we see also the process after the elections. Who will win? Maybe he has something in mind here that he has been working towards. I say this because every single time the North Node came into this place, to his birthplace, he concretized his projects. For example, the Trump Tower, his television, The Apprentice. So he's working on something, and he will show it soon. So this is it for, let's say, Trump. Let's jump to Biden. And for Biden, things are looking a bit better, let's see, because the moon at 16 degrees Gemini and will move some degrees tomorrow, will come into conjunction, let's say, in the same sign of his Saturn. And so it can bring, also in the 7th house, it can bring popularity, let's say, into his Saturn, which is authority, the planet of authority. So we'll gain perhaps authority by winning. And also he has Scorpio Sun, and tomorrow the Sun will be in Scorpio because we are in November, sorry. And let's see where this triple conjunction is happening in his life. So it's happening here in the 2nd house, which is the house of gains, sector of gains, money, income. So perhaps there's something there about his income changing. And let's see what I can see. Something else. Also is Sagittarius Ascendant, as the US is Sagittarius Ascendant at 16 degrees Sagittarius. He's at 3rd degrees Sagittarius. But yeah, the only thing I see right now is the moon coming, transiting his Saturn over here. And nothing else, let's say, apart from his Scorpio Sun and his Ascendant. And coming back to Trump, actually, what I wanted to show you is the eclipse. The last eclipse will have an effect until the next one, which is on the 30th of November. So it can play a role in the results of this election. And if we take the eclipse that happened on the 5th of July 2020, we will see that actually, if we compare it with Trump's birth chart, we see a lot going on. And also, this eclipse is influencing the United States, is impacting the United States, because it happens right, it opposes the United States Sun, because the United States Sun is at 13 degrees Cancer. And this actually is the last eclipse of a cycle of eclipse that has impacted the United States, starting, I believe so, from the year of 1945, I believe so. And every 19 years it repeated itself. It's called the cycle. Don't remember exactly now the name of the cycle, the Saros cycle, I believe so. And it repeated itself 19 years. Every 19 years, this eclipse will happen in the same degree of the zodiac. So it started in 1945, happening at 13 degrees Capricorn, so opposing the Sun of the United States. So for example, 19 years ago, the last one before this year's was in 2001, and that ended up with the Twin Towers, the attack to the Twin Towers. And 19 years earlier, it was in 1981, I believe so, when there was the start to the economical recession. And then 19 years before, it was 1962, so the year that Kennedy got assassinated. So we see how it's connecting the United States, and also post the after the Second World War, the United States got supremacy, let's say, all over the world. So they started as their global supremacy. And now with this last eclipse of this cycle that is impacting the United States, it will probably end the supremacy of the United States over the world, and could be that China will take the lead, but we will see as things unravel. So if we see this eclipse and we compare it to Trump's birth chart, we'll see that the eclipse happens in his 5th house. So already there is a repetition of abuse of power. And so this comes to my mind that we will see later as well something else, that if he loses, he won't accept it. And this, let's see over here. And since also, just not forgetting about it, Pluto is transiting Capricorn, and the United States in 1776, when they were born, let's say, Pluto was at the end, the last degrees of Capricorn. So Pluto is almost in, I think, February 2022, will come back to its original place when the United States were born. So the US will soon have a Pluto return, and that's major. So I'm thinking of, since Pluto is the destroyer, it's the regenerator, let's say, maybe it will regenerate the United States, but probably it will also do it in an awful way. So putting all the pieces together, I don't see, could be that there will be an internal conflict in the United States as Pluto reaches its original position. And this could be also caused by Trump not accepting his loss. And I say this not only because of these factors, but also because in 2020, December 21st, which is the winter solstice, there is a major conjunction happening. Okay, great, I found it. So, as I was saying, there's this great conjunction of Saturn and Jupiter happening at 0 degrees Aquarius, and this is an incredible coincidence. This happens every 20 years. They meet every 20 years. But this year's conjunction really symbolizes the entrance of a 200-year cycle in the element of air. This I will talk about some more in detail in future videos. But keep in mind that this is something that doesn't happen quite often, let's say. 2020 is a year that won't be forgotten for sure. And the astrology is showing, is like, you can all see it in astrology. So, and major conjunctions are happening in 2020, starting from January with Pluto and Saturn, and now at the end of the year, Jupiter and Saturn. We'll see so much change in the upcoming months. So, and the Pluto coming back after 240 something years. So prepare yourself, it's gonna be a change. And the United States will play a big role in this. So, as I was saying, this conjunction happening December 21st. If we see the chart of the moment of the peak conjunction, we will see that Mars 23 degrees is squaring Pluto at 23 degrees of Capricorn. Mars is in Aries, in his own sign. And if we come back to Trump's birth chart, we see that his Saturn is in Cancer at 23 degrees Cancer. So if I transpose these planets on his birth chart, so like transiting his birth chart, we see that Mars 23 degrees Aries is happening over here, squaring his Saturn in Cancer. And the great conjunction, Pluto at 23 degrees Capricorn over here is opposing Saturn and squaring Mars. This is known as a T-square, and this will really manifest I think in a bad way, as this is my interpretation. I hope I'm wrong, of course, because Pluto, which is power, 5th house represents also power. It can represent an abuse, major abuse of power by Trump, in a relationship to his loss, because Saturn is over here as well, opposing is Venus and Saturn. So also Saturn represents authority. So in Cancer, which is the home country, the nation, so his authority in the nation of the United States, opposing his abuse of power. Okay, all this with the apex planet, which is Mars, forming the T-square in Cancer at 23 in Aries 23 degrees, which is the planet of violence, war. So all these three planets that are the malefic planets, so they represent bad they have bad traits, are coming together to form a T-square, which is a very negative, let's say, energetic angle and configuration, planetary configuration. So if Trump loses, there is a high percentage, yes, that he won't accept his loss, and that he will use his figure of authority in his nation with his abuse of power to take action, Mars, okay, to lead a movement, to lead, could be let's say I can imagine now, for example, what Mussolini did with the march to Rome, that he gained all the power, but probably he will take action with his fans, let's say, and he will use his power to a long extent. So yes, this is it from this interpretation. I hope if it was interesting for you, and I'll keep you posted. Subscribe if you want to see more videos. I will start to create more videos about astrology, and see you soon in the next video then.